Good day, and once again, welcome. It's another week, it's another Talking Technical, and they say when you get older, time just flies. So whenever I just think about it, I know it's a new Talking Technical that needs to be done. So, well, this week we are flooded and really flooded with requests. I think it's the most that we've ever seen, especially on the overseas market. And it looks like the South Africans decided that the overseas market is the place to be. So I hope that you're right, and I hope I can guide you through that. And remember, this show is for the public. This show is for people that is keen on technical analysis, that would like to use charts, that's maybe new to look at charts. And I find it a lot where people just drop me an email and say, Frans, thank you for this. You serve the community well. And this is exactly that. I'm serving the community with my passion and with my hobby. And the other guys asked me the other day, Frans, for how long are you doing this? Well, in the old days, it was 1977. So how you are? From 1977 till now. But let's kick off with one of the old favorites of the market, and that is Naspers. And Jaco is asking about Naspers. Jaco, if I look at this chart, what worries me is that everybody was talking about what they call a value unlock. What I see here, and this is what I don't like about this chart, and I know fund managers, I've got a lot of fund managers that subscribe to my writings, and they always drop me a list. By the way, if you are a subscriber, you can request 10 opinions per month free of charge. So if you look at this chart, and on this day, one of my fund managers actually said, Frans, I'm looking for a place to buy Naspers. Now, Jaco, you may be in the same boat. What I don't like about it is, let's see what we're seeing here. This is an ugly left shoulder, and there's the head, and we're working on the right shoulder. That started to play out, and if we look at this again, what worries me is there's a technical goodbye kiss, and if you are watching closely, there's another head and shoulder formation there. So if you want a place to buy, I will say let's wait for this place, my first little target of this head and shoulder to play out, and that will be at 222 Rand, 2,224 Rand and 10 cents. Well, let's have a look. And what I like about this chart is that it is starting to consolidate below this line. Because why do I like it? Because now at least we know it's either a break above that level of 2,459 Rand and 74 cents before we can look at the chart to say we are going to see maybe a little bounce. But what is the hard sore thing? If we look at this, Jaco, I actually don't even want to show it to the viewers because I hope I'm completely wrong, because this share is in a lot of portfolios. This share can actually go down all the way to 1,416 Rand. So that makes me very nervous. This is a top company. This is a company that everybody was looking at buying. And I heard the other day that the Naspers and even Process is they are two of the worst performers of last year. So unfortunately, I will say only buy above that neckline. In actual fact, I'll wait for this share to show me definite consolidation and maybe a move higher. If I do buy there, I'll make use of my stop loss. I'm going to take it a little bit lower. I'm going to use that point there. I'm going to use my stop loss as 2,143 Rand and 31 cents. And can you guys remember many years ago I showed a chart and I said I hope that I'm wrong. Now this is the same with Naspers, and that was Sasol. And remember, Sasol just tanked, eventually turned around, and it showed us some brilliant performance. Well, let's look at the advanced request. He's looking at Steinhoff. And Steinhoff, I see that they are starting to pay their debt and they make people happy. And I mean, this is what this chart is telling us. This chart is telling us that everybody's happy because in the last couple of weeks, from 1 Rand 90 cents to well above 5 Rand in a lamp formation, it went straight up. But if I look at this chart, because everybody wants to buy this, and then for me personally, all the guys know, the ladies know that watches the program, that I don't like a lamp formation. I always believe that we can maybe see a little pullback. So yes, I will only look at this level, and there's the level there. And that will be at 3 Rand and 73 cents. At 3.73, I can say that we've reached the support. And maybe if we are right, we must see a beautiful 5-wave Elliott wave. There's one, 2, 3, 4, and then beautiful maybe 5. So my level to watch will be this R3.75 zone. And if it bounces off there, there's my stop loss. My stop loss will be at R3.14. So let's look at Deline's request. And she's looking at Reinet. And I mean Reinet, we all know it's a wonderful company. It's a Rupert play. I know most of their investments in Europe is almost capped in this investment. And I'm a keen supporter of Reinet. Why? Because they earn some good money from British American tobacco. And they are also a beautiful rand hedge. And what do I see here? And this is what I'm seeing here, Deline. For me, this is an important place. Look at that. Share broke that resistance line, turned it into a support above that line. What do I see? There was some strong support around here. There you are. And if you look at this chart, this triangle broke up here, and since then it moved up. It came back to test it. It did not test it. It moved higher. And this play is a pure rand hedge. And if you think about it, the rand is quite strong. So what the investments or the investors say, we like the chart. So yes, if you want to chase momentum, Deline, first of all, you need to buy as close as possible to this level of R312.96. Your stop loss will be the support line. And that will be R288.24. I mean, if this triangle play out to the top, where can it go to? And I must just maybe say to all the viewers that's watching this program, all my requests, most of my requests nowadays is people that just want to buy the stock exchange. So they are optimistic and they believe that the market can just go higher. So I'm always worried if everybody just want to buy, then I'm suddenly getting a little bit nervous. So where's the target of this triangle? That will be R367.67. That's my target on Reinet. Good company. Where's my stop loss? My stop loss is at 257.72. And where do I get it? There's a bottom, there's another bottom, there's another bottom. That gives me a beautiful triple bottom formation. So over the short term, we look at this triangle that broke up, and that is positive. Well, let's have a look, and now you're starting to see all the overseas shares coming up. Well, Janine asked about MP Materials Corporation. Now, Janine, this share is trying to reach for these all-time highs. And I've got one of my subscribers, he always say to me, Frans, look at the share. The share is not even close to its all-time high. He always believes that if the share or the company does well, the share needs to go back to this all-time high. So, Janine, if you look at this chart, I'm seeing something here that it uses this support line every time. It bounces off. That is positive. And for me personally, it needs to get above $47.38 to trigger another move to the upside. Because what I'm maybe a little bit nervous on, because a lot of people will say, but Frans, this is a beautiful ascending channel. Why? Because we've got the support there. The resistance there. We've got the support that every time that the share bounces off a little bit of a higher high or a higher low. And I think that the share must go up all the way up to, let's say, $57 US. But on the other hand, remember, technical analysis is most of the time a two-edged sword. And what it tells you, if it breaks above 46.98, that's beautiful. Then you can buy it. You can use a stop loss of 36.22. But this can maybe be a rising wedge. And a rising wedge, unfortunately, is a negative formation. So be careful about below 36.36, because if it drops below 36.36, it can go to 26.04. So you must decide, Janine, if you want to buy it. I mean, the momentum is up since the day of inception. Share went up, beauty, it's consolidating now, and maybe it can bounce off that. So let's hope for your side that it actually breaks above this line. You use that stop loss and you reach for that $57 level. Let's look at Nokia. And remember, this person, Martin, asked about Nokia, but he's looking at the Euronext index. And he says, Frans, I want to buy it in Europe. And why does he want to do it? he says that the economy of the Europeans are looking in a much better shape than America, so he would rather put his money down there. So, well, let's have a look here. First of all, what worries me, Martin, if you look at this, there was a strong support line that kept the share going, nothing went wrong. Then, on the other hand, we just talked about a rising wedge a few seconds ago. There is a rising wedge, and what do we see? This rising wedge is starting to trigger some sellers, and there you are below this little line of 5.19 euros. This share can actually go lower, and it can go all the way, I think, to this level at 4.73. So, Martin, I will say, wait for the share to get to that 4.74 and then maybe look at it, because this, remember, this is a weekly chart, and I would like to see this rising wedge playing out. This is an interesting thing. A lot of people always ask me, but Frans, why do you get a target level and then you patiently wait on that? Why? Because I know that technical analysis usually has a chance of 80% to play out. Today I had a fund manager asking me, Frans, where can the share go to? I gave him the level, and then what was my next question? Are you happy with your profit? And he said, yes, I'm happy. I said, well, maybe it's time to lock it in. So Nokia for Martin, I will wait for this level to get to that. And if you do buy it at that level of 4.74, use that level of 4.70.15 as your stop loss. And maybe it can bounce off there, and it can maybe retrace all the way back to the previous level of 5.57. So Martin, I hope your Nokia works, and I hope that the European economy is doing well, because then you will make money. I'm a little bit nervous on the rest of the world, but it looks like you say that the European economy is going like a booming in time to come. Well, thank you for watching the show. Visit our website www.fransdeklerk.com for more technical info.